Hello, Ulysa.
Hello, Ibnur.
What are you making?
I'm making origami pyramids.
Cool. Can I join you?
Sure, here you go.
Thank you.
So what did you do at work today?
Oh, I do many things at work today. Right? So I run a business, and in a business we do a lot of accounting. Right? So we need to calculate our budget, we need to find our costs, right? And then look at our profits, right? And I also tinker and build things, right? So there's quite a lot of things that we build, right? And when we build, right, we need to know the measurements, we need to know the precision, the dimensions, the proportion of things, right? So those are the things that we do at work, right? And there's a lot of mathematics involved.
Does everything have to be exact?
Not really, right? It depends. So let's say you want to create a very good origami piece, right? If you realize if you are not precise, you are not accurate, right, then it will not turn out to be a very beautiful piece, right? And things doesn't fit together. But if let's say you are doing something like a beautiful piece of art, right? Sometimes you don't have to be perfect, right? Sometimes things are beautifully imperfect, right? So I think that's the interesting thing about mathematics, right? There is perfect mathematics. There's also estimated, right, or estimation as well. So this reminds me of my primary school days.
What kind of origami did you do?
I did a lot of different kinds of origamis, but the one that I really like the most is origamis of dinosaurs. Yeah, a lot, like from Stegosaurus, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Triceratops, yeah, all made out of paper.
You seem to like dinosaurs a lot when you were younger.
Yes, you're right. And I actually went to the dinosaur exhibition here in Science Centre, and that really inspired me a lot to do a lot of the young scientist batch. And the very first young scientist batch that I did was the young ornithologist. Do you know what an ornithologist does?
It's about birds.
Yes, you're right. Right. So I love looking at birds, and I got to know that some dinosaurs are like the ancestors of birds, right? And that's to me it's amazing, right? And that's the beginnings of how I love science. So I started to draw birds, I started to paint birds, and then later on I did my young botanist batch, my young zoologist batch, and then much later on, right, I started to look at the stars, right? And do you know that space engineers actually use origami, right, to figure out how to build very efficient satellites, right, and solar panels, right? So you imagine you have a big solar panel to capture a lot of energy from the sun, right? How do you pack, right, in a very small, compact manner, and they use origami, right? So that's very cool, right? So if you know mathematics, you know how to fold origami, right? Maybe someday you could actually have your inventions up in the skies, right, in the stars, right, out in space.
I don't think a cube would do anything in space though.
Oh, there's a lot of interesting satellite cubes out there in space, right? Yeah, yep. So they give you things like GPS. They help monitor certain positions on Earth, right? They even give you data, right? So cubes, right? So there's something called like nanocubes, satellite cubes floating out in space, right? To help scientists here on Earth to do a lot of interesting work. Wow, this is solid. Catch, Ulysa. All right, managed to catch the box.
What's this?
So this is a mathematical set, right? So a lot of mathematicians, we use this. And this is an Islamic geometric art pattern, right? So we're gonna try to make one?
Sure.
All right, so let's open up the mathematical box. Have you used this in class before?
I have, but I don't use the box.
So what we use is the compasses, right, over here, right? And then you put in the pencil inside. I have the edge of the pencil and the needle side by side, and then you tighten it. Very good. Okay, and then you open it up, right? So put the needle in the middle of the circle, or in the middle of the mosaic, right, that you are using. Extend it to the edge, and yep, slowly, gently, make a circle. Very good. Wow! You make a good geometrician. No worries. Yep. So this is the beginnings, right, of a geometric art. Everything starts with a circle, and then later on, geometricians, we add lines to it, And when you connect a lot of lines, right, you create a beautiful pattern. Right? It looks like a flower or a star, right?
Yeah.
So do you know that this is also called a fourfold pattern?
No, I didn't know.
Do you want to guess why is it called fourfold?
I don't really know either.
So if you look at the number of edges, how many are there? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 8 is a multiple of?
4.
Exactly, right? So once you master the fourfold patterns, right, you can start to master fivefold patterns, and then you can master sixfold patterns, right? So if let's say you have a star that has 12 edges, right, that would make it a
6-fold.
sixfold or a 12 edges. You can make it into a sixfold or also a fourfold, right? Yes. So this is how mathematics combine with art to make it into a beautiful pattern.
Nice.
Wow! What are those things?
These are my projects that I did last year.
What kind of project? The Young Mathematician project. Wow! So you did it?
Yep.
And I see that you have, wow, that's a lot of time to sleep.
Yes.
And you spend 4 hours playing the violin in the orchestra.
Yes.
Cool.
Music as much as I like maths and science.
Same here too. I'm a musician as well. So I play the French horn in the orchestra. Yeah.
Nice.
And do you know that musicians love, or they also do mathematics as well?
I mean, isn't it what every person has to do it like the first 80 years of their life?
Yeah, so we do mathematics, but I'm referring when you play music, right? You need to know about beats and rhythms, right? The half tones, the half notes, right? The quarter notes, the crochet,
Like
the crotchets and the yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right? So that's also mathematics, right? So what else? What other projects do you have?
I have this project which is about curved shapes, and this is called a Venn graph, which is a combination of curved shapes and straight line shapes.
Yeah, so I love it that you love both music, mathematics, and a lot of different kind of subjects. Wow, there's so many badges on your jacket.
Yes, I have 11 of them.
I only have 5. And what's your favorite one?
My favorite one is the Young Mathematician badge.
Ah, I did my Young Mathematician online badge this year.
I did mine last year.
Wow, have you had to receive mine yet?
There's a badge in this box.
Ah,
this?
code. I love codes. Puzzles, mysteries. Okay, so to decode this, so there's A, so there's number 9, that's I. 6 is F. So if 9 is I, if I were a goose, I would lay golden eggs.
That's correct. You can open the box now.
Right. Yay, I finally received my Young Mathematician badge.
You can add it to your shirt now.
Wow, this makes you my senior then.
Wow, I'm honored.
I'm honored too. Thank you.